Now we are going to use the properties that we showed in the last video, magnetism and solubility, to separate a mixture of sand, salt, and iron. The first thing we are going to use is magnetism. So when I run the magnet over the top of our mixture, what ends up happening is the iron gets stuck to the magnet and it is separate from our mixture. Now we need to talk about how we're going to separate the salt from the sand. We know that salt dissolves in water, but sand does not. So I'm going to dump the salt and the sand into the cup and give it a stir. The salt has dissolved in the water, while the sand, some of it is sunk to the bottom, some of it has floated to the top. In order to separate out the sand and the salt, I'm going to pour it through this funnel. What happens now is that the water is going to funnel out. It's going to take a minute. And as the water funnels out, it's going to leave all of the sand in the top coffee filter. So we'll let it funnel a little bit longer. What I'm going to end up with is the iron in the dish. I'm going to end up with the salt in the water, and I'm going to end up with the sand in the coffee filter. Now, the salt is mixed with the water. We have created a mixture of salt water. If I wanted to get the salt completely by itself, I could either boil the water so the water evaporates and the salt is left behind, or I could leave the cup out in the sun for a couple of days. The water would evaporate and the salt would be left. So I have the iron, I have the salt mixed with water, and inside of the filter, I have the sand.